The topic of this video is quadratic equations by specifically completion of the square. We have two parts, part 1 and part 2. In the first exercise, we have the standard form of a quadratic equation or trinomial, where a is not 0, and we want to write it in this form by completing the square. The only must know that we now need is this expansion of x plus b squared, and we will see how we will deal with that. Good. Let us start with ax squared plus bx plus c equal to 0. Since a is not 0, I may divide by a because I'm not dividing by 0. So in our next step we have x squared plus b over a x plus c over a. And on the right hand side we have 0 over a, which is still 0. So now it's easier to deal with this if we have a 1 there, and because of the equation we can divide by a. So we still have a 0 on the right hand side. So the first thing we need to do is we isolate these two terms. So we have a x squared plus b over ax, and we just write the c over a on the right hand side by subtracting it. So if I now look at my must know here, I see whenever I have a square like this, I will get a middle term 2p. So in my case, I want to write the middle term as 2 times something. 2 times something. Without changing the equation. So if I have 2 times something, the only thing I need to do is multiply by 2 and divide by it again. And I've not changed anything, so it's still just minus c over a on the right hand side. So now the next part is when I then write x plus b squared, then I will also have a term p squared. So I need the p squared there. So if I now have x squared plus 2 times b over 2a x, I must add, so this is my p. My p is b over 2a. I must add b over 2a squared. And if I do it on the left, I must also do it on the right. Now I can rewrite this as x plus b over 2a squared. Because if I expand this, I will get that, and that's the form that we have in number 1 there. And on the right hand side, I'm just going to write it all on the same denominator, and we see we have, if I square that, I get b squared over 4a squared. So I need a 4a squared in the denominator. So, and here we have a b squared, and here we multiply by a 4a, so we have minus 4ac plus b. And we can rewrite it a little bit. We can write it as b squared minus 4ac over 4a squared. And this is now my q. And this is my p. And that is it. So now I've completed the square. The moment I know what the values of a, b, and c is, I can plug it in. And you will notice that this term here looks familiar. So let us look at the next question. The next question says, use your result in number 1 to solve now ax squared plus bx plus c using completion of the square. Now, if we go back to our previous result, we have x plus b over 2a squared is equal to b squared minus 4ac over 4a squared. That was our result. This comes from 1. Now I'm back at number 2 there, so I just need to take the square root both sides. So if I take the square root both sides, I get x plus b over 2a. And on the right-hand side, I get plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac over 4a squared. If I now solve for x, I only need to take the minus b over 2a to the right-hand side, plus or minus, and I can split the two square roots, top and bottom. Square root of 4a squared, but square root of 4a squared is just 2a. So I can arrive at the formula minus b over 2a plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac. And this is the formula that we use to solve for quadratic equations when we don't have factors, when we can't find the factors. Remember that this formula is just when we can't do anything else, then we need the formula. Otherwise, we will do factorization.